Hey, Quack Pack, hope you're doing well. Thank you to all those who came to the show. Thank you to those who could not make it to the show but still showed their support on social media. And thank you to those who came to the show that weren't my normal crowd, that just stopped by. And thank you to those who looked up, my stuff, because I said if you're new, look up Lucky Ducky. Look up Lucky Ducky Creek Band. But it was a good show. Isaac, David, and I had some fun. But here's the main star of the show. We got June right here. We have a new guitar day too. Wow! And so I'm really excited to talk about this new guitar day. I need another new guitar like I need another hole in the head, but I don't have a hole in the head. I don't know what I was trying to say there, but I don't need another new guitar. But they all have different jobs. That's how I justify it. This is probably the last new guitar day in a long time. I think after this we need to do a one in, one out policy, but that's okay. This one has a unique role. But yeah, before we start, I just want to say Yahoo from Mountain Dew. I tell ya, it's the sensation. It's the greatest soda pop in the cosmic universe, Mountain Dew. No, I'm not getting paid by them. I just like Mountain Dew that much. So anyhow, we got to talk about this company right here. For those who have commented on the past, I have called this company and got clarification. This company can be pronounced both ways. Both pronunciations are correct. Ibanez and Ibanez. And this company has kind of formed me as a musician because most of my guitars are this brand. Not because it's my favorite, but because of some other factors. But it was originally Ibanez, because this company in Japan wanted to build guitars. They wanted to be serious about it too. So they picked the name of a Spanish luthier, Ibanez. As they got popular, and boy did they get popular, they built guitars so good that both Fender and Gibson sued them. Ibanez grew from this, and they made their own models, and they still kept making things better. They passed the value down. They're innovative in ways that Fender and Gibson are not. They're not as bound by tradition. And they became so popular that their name became anglicized. In America, it's Ibanez here. So Ibanez is the original name. Ibanez is what most dealerships call them. Both are correct. I use both, and I will use both. So yeah, do not criticize my pronunciation saying it's Ibanez or it's Ibanez. They're both correct. So, yeah. But Ibanez is a great guitar company. My first guitar, 97, which was a great year. Both the Nebraska Cornhuskers football team won the national championship, and the Denver Broncos won their first Super Bowl against the Green Bay Packers on my birthday in that year. So that was a great year, and then they made Chamois right here. Chamois is an Ibanez Stage Star. It's modded heavily because I wanted Chamois to kind of be my own version of my own Frankenstrat, like Eddie's, but not with the stripes because it's me. But Chamois was a great first guitar. I don't want to sell it, ever. Not just because it's sentimental, but it's still very good. The first guitar I bought is still a forever guitar. I use other guitars for different things, but if I need some heavy rock, I go to Chamois. For rhythm guitar, heavy rock, still a great guitar. I own an Ibanez bass. I bought this $100 at a pawn shop many years ago. Great bass, did not need modification. I play in the pocket. It was $100. And this bass I played more paying gigs with this bass than any other instrument. This bass has paid for itself like 28 times. So it's great for the money. I own the micro bass, which in my opinion is better, but they didn't make the micro bass when I bought this. But it's great, and that's all you need. I've talked to other bassists that say if you're just playing in a cover band, micro bass is enough. Like that's it, that's enough. And it's small, it's compact, it's comfy. I own the micro guitar, which is a great kid's guitar. I had fun with it. I threw P90s in it and locking tuners, so a grown-up with more aggressive hand strength and bends would not knock it out of tune. It's great, And then I own two Ibanez PF100s for my classrooms. I don't want to bring a Martin every day to a public school classroom, even though my kids are pretty respectable. They're pretty respectful. I just, something precious, it's nice to have. This is an acoustic, that's nice, but not precious. They're great for what they are. They really are, and none of these Ibanez's were really expensive. So it's been a company that's good to me. They do not have the wow factor. This cheap Epiphone Les Paul SL, it had a lot of cool case candy, and it's quirky and it's weird, and I love it. It gave me some wow factor, even though it was cheap. My Eddie Van Halen Kramer Beretta Special, I loved this neck. This is where I learned I love shredder necks. This is not a shredder neck, but that's okay. But I love shredding necks. Even though I'm not extremely shreddy, I like the comfort. And this Kramer gave me wow factor. My Jackson gives me wow factor. My Martins, wow factor. My Ibanez's, they don't give me any wow factor. I know they're going to be all right. And I know they're never going to be bad. Every Ibanez I've touched, I've never touched a bad one. I have touched some Jacksons I don't care for. I have touched some Epiphones I have not cared for. Even Martins. I used to own a Martin backpacker, and that was lousy. The Little Martin, kind of gimmicky. I don't love the Little Martin either. It's okay, but yeah. So there's other guitar companies that make stuff that I'm not impressed with, but every Ibanez is all right. It's above average. Very Lake Wobegon. They're very above average guitars. They don't have a ton of finishes, and that's a frustrating thing. They can be a little boring. But for a working man's instrument, they're great. And they're great modding platforms. If you mod them, they become super. They do. But some you don't need. My basses do not need a mod. This baby we're going to talk about, I don't think needs a mod. And every electric guitar, and my bass has stayed stock, every electric guitar I've owned has been modded and upgraded. I love this thing the way it is. I think it works. So anyhow, what this thing is it's a semi-hollow Ibanez Artcore. It's got some weird serial name that I'll put in the title. But Ibanez does need to rename their guitars. I liked it better when they had the Roadstar, the Sabre. They need to just call this the Arcore Baritone. They don't need a serial number, just Arcore Baritone. Well, I wanted an Ibanez Artcore a while ago, and I wanted a purple and gold one. I ordered one and had it paid for, and then they said, sorry, it's out of stock forever. Here's your money back. And the fortunate thing, everybody I knew said, you don't need a purple guitar. Like, don't get purple. And for a while, I really wanted purple. I really did. I don't know why, but people were like holding interventions for me saying, any color but purple, James. No, nope, nope, nope. And, pretty much circumstances led me to not get a purple guitar. And so I gave up on a hollow body. And I thought, it's not different enough from my other guitars, so I don't need this. Well, anyhow, my guitar repairman and salesman, he called me, and he goes, I got a guitar. I got some guitars you really need to look at. And I said, I don't need one, we didn't get the purple Arcore. I'm good. And he goes, no. This is a baritone. We have some baritones. And I was like, what? That's just a weird niche instrument that I don't need. That's just, no. You think I'm a weird guy, so you think I'll do the weird instruments. And he's like, no, you will like these. And I remember back in '97, we didn't have the internet resources we do today, but we had Guitar World magazine, and I saw some weird baritone guitars back then in the articles, and I was like, why do you need that? That's weird. Well, he said, we've got some hollow body Ed Sheeran, Paul Reed Smiths, and we have this semi-hollow Ibanez. And I just was like, no. And he goes, trust me, I know you. This you will love. You will flourish on this. And I'm like, okay, he's either really trying to sell this to me or he knows me. And he, I think it's a little from column A and a little from column B, but it's mission accomplished. I go over to the music store and I try the Ed Sheeran, I try the Ed Sheeran ones because right before the store I listened and I'm like, oh. Baritone guitars originally were done with like the doom metal stuff, and I don't do that. That ain't me. But Ed Sheeran, he was just doing some more like, just like. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like a cello guitar. And I love the cello, and so I went over. I tried the Ed Sheeran Paul Reed Smiths. They were a hollow body. They had the piezo and the electric hookup, which I didn't need. Beautiful instruments, though. I loved it, but it was a little rich for me. I was like, I don't want to pay the Sheeran tax. But then I looked at this Arcore Baritone. I wanted a purple Arcore, and this is a baritone. They are tuned B to B, and so it's B, E, A, D, F sharp, B. No, B, E, A, D, yeah, F sharp, B, yeah, that's, I'm learning that still. But you can still use the chord shapes, but it's in a different key. Some chords, because the lower strings, will sound muddy. So G is not great, but you can play the G up here, or you can bar chord. But for me, this is done for, I could do some singer-songwriter stuff in lower keys. I can use my capo. You know, Starlight Starbright, you know, in normal guitar is... I want to re-record it someday and put it all the way down here. And I think it's much better from Railside Ramble. But that, I just, when I heard the sound. And so I tried this Arcore Baritone, and I loved it. I was like, okay, this is like the Sheeran one, but I'm not paying the Ed Sheeran tax. By the way, I love Ed Sheeran. If you're watching Ed Sheeran, hi, let's collaborate. But I love this thing, though. I didn't want to pay the Sheeran tax. Sorry, Ed. But I love this thing. Now, the funny thing is I didn't like the color. I wanted purple originally. I wanted something weird and pretty. This is the only color, and they call it tobacco sunburst, but the internet calls it grandma's kitchen table burst, and it's growing on me. It looks very 70s. I thought about a black leather strap just plain, but I have this old 70s Space Invader strap lying around, and it makes it a little more folky. It makes it a little more what I have. If I had a black one, it would look kind of jazzy, but oh man, it's grown on me. It's plain, it's simple. But I've already gotten compliments on this, and it's new, but it looks old, and it's growing on me. And all of, you know, my electrics are colorful, they have personalities, but all my Lucky Ducky guitars, my singer-songwriter mode guitars, are brown. Both Martins are brown. My Nashville Tune guitar is brown. This is brown, so it works. Brown's the color of hard work, you know. For Lucky Ducky, it works. Our posters are brown because they stick out among all the black posters, you know. Usually they're colored black. Ours are brown. It pops. So it's grown on me. I love it. There's 4 knobs. That's way more than I usually do. And what I'm noticing this guitar best on, I'm going to use it more like an acoustic. And also, not just in my own Lucky Ducky songs, but as long as I can get someone to buy into this, I could do ambient background instrumental gigs. I could do like at a retreat in church while people are praying, you know. I go, I mean, look at that. I'm inspired. I bet you're inspired. Oh, mama. By the way, what am I playing through? I'm in my apartment. I don't want my neighbors mad. A little baby Boss Katana Mini. Isn't it so cute? But anyhow, I just, the strings are 14s. They're thick strings, but it's not bugging me. The neck is longer, but I got small girly hands. It's not bugging me. It's still quite playable. This guitar was about $600. And even the guy who sold it to me says, we're buying another to sell for the store. because for the money, this is a phenomenal instrument. Several websites are calling this the guitar of the year. But yeah, it's got a basswood. It's linden, so that's basswood body. It's light. I've had some semi-hollows that are heavy. This is light. What I love about it, the balance is great. I thought with the long neck it would be divey. And neck dive is not a deal breaker for me, but it's annoying. My Nashville tuned guitar neck dives and it's annoying. But this thing, it sits perfectly, even though the strap button's here. I've tried other semi-hollows and I asked, can I move the strap button here if I buy it? Because it needs to hang better. This balance is great. The pickups are just the cheap Ibanez Geo bottom of the barrel ceramics, but that's a happy accident. For the lower frequencies of a baritone, the ceramics are going to pick that better than an Alnico, and I'm usually an Alnico man, but sometimes ceramic is a fit. For a vintage sounding thing like that, the ceramics I kept, this is going to stay. I noticed I slipped a little out of tune here, but otherwise these hold pretty good, and these are brand new strings. It's a brand new guitar. But so far, except for that one moment you probably heard earlier in the video, this holds good tuning. I mean, you can strum, but really my strength is I do my pretty finger picking. I had one person comment on that, you know. My thumbs are weird, that's in another video. So I kind of use, holding a pick is not impossible, but it's hard, but my style is. And then some songs sound better or different in a different key. And so I love this thing. You know, the neck pickup. The bridge pickup is a little... Oh, see, it's just... This is like the cello of guitars. The finish looks like Grandma's kitchen table or a cello, and I think this strap matches it well. I thought about putting some Dunlop strap locks in it, but I was like, no, these are going to be enough. I got the little rubber washers in cream. These are Ernie Ball ones. But I gotta thank my guy that I buy guitars from and who fixes my guitars. He did know me, my style, and this is a guitar that I don't practice on. I don't practice to get better or virtuosic like my electrics or my acoustics. This is one where honestly its lane is beautiful finger-picked chords. And that's so beautiful. And I'm not the prettiest fella, so having a guitar that sounds pretty really helps. I mean, that's just so relaxing. That's just so, oh, I love this thing. I'm going to study more on this a little bit, but it's low pressure. Like, as long as you're finger picking, everything's pretty on this thing. I love it. And her name is June. It's my favorite month of the year because summer's just started. Things are full of promise, opportunities, and it's not too hot. This is it. So I love this. Oh, I love this Ibanez Artcore Baritone. I like what Ibanez has done, making consistently above average guitars. This is my only electric guitar that I think needs no modifications. You should really buy it. It's really cool. And I hope that I can get some gigs where I'm not just singer-songwriting, but if I can just ambient background music. I mean, everything sounds like a movie soundtrack on this. I mean, it's just, I love this thing so much. And you can tell I am madly, passionately in love with this thing. So that's good. So yeah, buy one of these things. Buy one of these. You will be very happy. Is there anything else I gotta talk about with this thing? Oh yeah, it's got a Gibraltar bridge, trapeze tailpiece. Reminds me of my old Gretsch Jim Dandy that I traded because it had some structural issues, but I like that this is a callback to that. It's got the weird AZ knobs that are grippy. They're not beautiful, but they're functional, and that's okay. That's what this guitar is. It's very functional workhorse. Looks like Grandma's kitchen table. full of mojo. Did not love the finish, didn't like that this was the only color, but I dig it. It is fun. Oh, I can't wait. And by the way, if you're into baritone guitar, check out Chords of Orion. He's a musician, does a lot of baritone work. I've been watching his videos and geeking out, and he seems like a cool dude too. Chords of Orion, if you want to collaborate, hit me up. But yeah, I love this thing. I love you guys. Thanks for coming to the show. Thanks for watching me talk about my new guitar that I am in the honeymoon stage with right now. Yeah. So you have a good one. Stay lucky and stay ducky.